Section B, question 2, agricultural marketing and management 2.1. There is a box, and this box contains some potatoes. Okay, so 2.1.1, identify the marketing function depicted above. So marketing function. So this question can come in many ways. Sometimes they can say the three main functions of marketing. So in order to avoid confusion, I need us to start from the beginning, then we will try to see what is going on here. We'll start with the three main functions of marketing and see what is going on. So the three main functions of marketing, I will also show the video here so that we can see what I'm talking about. So there's the three main functions of marketing. Sometimes they can say um, the physical, the physical marketing function. Okay, so there is three main functions of marketing, which is exchange, physical, and facilitating function. Yeah? These are the three main functions. So exchange, that's the buying and the selling of goods and services. Okay, that's the function number one. Okay, number two, that's the physical. Okay, the physically, that's the one that includes packaging, processing, transporting, and storage. Okay, the physical function, that's the one that um, involves the packaging, the processing, the transporting, and the storage. The third one is facilitating function, which is standardizing and grading. Okay, these are the three main functions of marketing. Okay, so going back to the question says the marketing function depicted above. Okay, so that means we will look at the physical function that includes the packaging, the processing, the transporting, and the storage. Because here they showed us the picture that um, might be one of the four of the physical um, function, which is the packaging, processing, transporting, and storage. Let me do the video so that you can see what I'm talking about. The first three main functions of marketing. The first three main functions of marketing. Number one, we have exchange. Number two, we have physical. Number three, we have facilitating. Let's talk about number one, exchange. Buying and selling or trade. That's exchange. Number two, we have physical. That's where we're talking about the packaging, talking about the processing, talking about the transporting, the storage. Yeah, that's all in the name, all under physical. Sorry, all under physical. Number three, facilitating. That's where we standardizing our products. That's why we're grading our products, right? So yeah, we are going higher and higher. All right. So we have under physical, we have packaging, processing. Okay. So packaging, that's where produce are placed in a protective containers for delivery purposes. All right. So you might ask, what is a produce? Produce is raw goods that are not processed, that are fresh from the farm, like uh, fresh spinach from the farm. Yeah, I think, yeah, or tomatoes that are not processed. We just harvest those potatoes, then we put them in these packages, then we call them the produce because they are not processed and they are vulnerable to spoilage.
vulnerable. Okay, they are. I would say no. They are prone to spoil. No, they are at risk of spoilage. Yeah, yeah. Like potatoes, I want potatoes, see apples, see bananas, see those are perishable products. They get spoiled easily. They can get rotten. Yeah. So let's not get into that into deep details. Okay, processing is the transformation of produce from their raw form to a value-added product. Alright? Producer you see here we have apples and pears or one. These are produce. They are called produce. Spinach, produce or one. As long as they are not processed, then we call them produce. But once they are transformed into cheese, then they are called products. Okay, right. So processing example, canning, drying, I get. So yeah. So raw materials have the lowest price, meaning they cost less. Processed products have a higher price. So if you imagine let's say milk, I get we know that cheese is made up of milk, I get, but milk costs less. I know milk is a very bad example. Let me see. Apple juice, yeah, apple juice. You see, apple cost less. Cost less. Apple might be 5 rand, right? A pack may be 20 rand. Yeah, but yeah, right. So, but 100% juice can be what? Ah, Yatura, Yatura. 36 rand, 100% juice. 36 rand, ne? Yeah. So it's very practical, this one. We continue again. Let's continue. Okay, let's continue. Transport storage. Transport. That is when products are being moved from one place to another. Okay, they can be moved from the farm to the place where they are going to be sold. Right. As you can see, this is a truck. Code 14. Yeah, code 14. You see? Oh, yeah. They can give you this kind of a picture. So be careful. Know these pictures. Then you know, okay, it's transport function. All right. Right. Storage. That is the place where the products are stored temporarily. I get. Example can be cold storage, silos. You can see this is a picture of a silo. A silo. Processing has some few advantages. Okay, so processing provides job opportunities, prevents spoilage, increases shelf life of products, increases the value of the product. But yeah, increases the value of the product, increases the shelf life of the product. They can last longer. Increases value. If an apple is processed, then it's converted into or is transformed into a juice. Now we can sell it for 36 rand. From 5 rand to 36 rand. What adds value to the product? So yeah, provides job opportunities. Again, so yeah, because people who are going to do that processing process.
Okay, now that we have seen the video, now we know, okay, this is our structure. Um, we have the three main functions of marketing. There is exchange, physical, facilitating. And the ones that has this packaging, processing, transporting, and storage is the physical function. Is one of the three main functions of marketing. So we're focusing on the physical, which is packaging, processing, transporting, and storage. So looking at this picture, we can see there is a box. There there's a box and there's this produce inside this box, these potatoes. Okay, so can this be transportation? No, it cannot be transportation. It cannot be transportation because transportation, that's when we are trying to move our goods from one place to another. uh, it cannot be storage. Storage, that's when we temporarily store our produce in a silo or in a storage or in a container or somewhere. Involves keeping and preserving goods until they are needed for consumption. So I I don't think can be a storage, because if it was a storage, they will show us something that depicts something that can store goods, or that can store um, produce. Okay, packaging. Packaging. Let's go back to the meaning of packaging. Packaging, that's where produce are placed in a protective containers for delivery purposes. Agri produce is something that is raw. It's the same thing as um let's say vegetables. We see all of vegetables are raw are raw agricultural goods that are not processed. They're called produce. So products are the ones that pro- are processed, or you can say that they have this value added. That's when we call them the products. So packaging, that's when the produce are placed in the protective containers for delivery purposes, where the produce are placed in a protective containers. Eh, is this box a protective container? Yes. And why are we um, placing this produce in a protective container for delivery purposes? Okay, that means, sorry, this picture, I think it meets the definition of packaging. Okay, then yeah, let's see. Processing, it cannot be processing because here there is no value adding process. There is no um, there is no process where we change an agricultural product from its original form into a a, a way that makes it to be value added. So this matches exactly with packaging. So that means, sorry, 2.1.1, the marketing function depicted above is packaging. 2.1.2 outline two guidelines that govern the marketing function in question 2.1.1. Okay, so here they want the two guidelines that govern the packaging function that we have identified in 2.1.1. So um, the guidelines is that the packaging must protect the produce from physical or mechanical damage. Another one, the packaging container must be free from chemicals or foreign objects or foreign growth. Must be free from chemicals. Okay, or you can say it must be easy to handle. The packaging must be easy to handle, or it must be recyclable. You can choose from those four. Okay. The packaging must protect the produce from physical or mechanical damage. The packaging container must be free from chemicals or foreign objects or foreign growth. The packaging must be easy to handle, and the packaging must be recyclable. Those are 4 points, and here they want two. So we can take one of those two. 2.1.3. define the term marketing. What is marketing? Marketing is the activity. Marketing is the activity of communicating our value offerings, promoting and selling goods or services using a marketing strategy that allows us to reach our target market and ensuring customer satisfaction in the long term while making a profit. That is marketing. Is the activity of communicating our value offerings. So who who are we communicating these value offerings to? We are trying to tell our customers, or this is what we sell. We are selling carrots, spinach, cabbage, tomatoes, potatoes. We are communicating value offerings to our customers or to our potential customers or existing customers. That's why I say it's the activity of communicating our value offerings, promoting. That's when we pay advertisements, such as billboards, television, so that they can help us with the paid promotion, so that more customers can know about our products or our produce. For Tina at AM, um, Tina at AM supermarket, we are selling vegetables. That's promoting. So it's the activity of communication of our value offerings, promoting, sorry, is the activity of communication our value offerings, promoting and selling goods or services using a marketing strategy that allows us to reach our target market. The target market is the group of people that we want to reach, is the group of people that we want um, in our store. We want this, we want that specific group of people to buy from us. Because that is the people that we are targeting, the people that are likely to be interested in our product or in our produce, in buying our produce. That is the target market, the potential customers, the people that are likely to buy. If they get this information that we are the supermarket and we are selling vegetables, these people are likely to get influenced and they are likely to come and buy. This is the group of people that we call the target market. Is a is a group of people that we segment. That's where that's when we're going to have the types of segmentation, our the niche, the multi-segment, the mass segmentation, our so yeah, that's where we will get those, and ensuring customer satisfaction in the long term. So the main aim of this marketing is to ensure that there is customer satisfaction. Customers are satisfied with our product or service or our produce that we are offering. They are happy with what they have bought from us, and they are likely to recommend us if they recommend us. So yeah, the main aim is to ensure customer satisfaction. Customers, when they are satisfied, that's when they feel good about our product or service. For example, that's when they feel good about the vegetables that we have sold. Okay, if they bought those vegetables from us, that's when they feel good about those vegetables that they have bought from us. That's when they are that's when they are satisfied in the long term. So the main aim is to survive in the long term. So we don't focus on the now when we are doing marketing. We are focusing on the long term, not what is happening today. we're focusing uh, on our presence in the market. We want to be in the market for a very long time. We don't want to go out of the market. We want to stay in the market. That's why we focus on the long term while making a profit. So we make sure customer satisfaction is there while we are making a profit. And that is marketing. It's the activity of communicating our value offerings, promoting and selling goods or services using a marketing strategy that allows us to reach our target market and ensuring customer satisfaction in the long term while making a profit.